When women stand up for themselves, they are viewed as loud and opinionated. I am not ashamed to be opinionated or loud. I am not ashamed to stand up for myself. I am not ashamed to be a feminist, even when people try to shame me.
I am a cheerleader. People think that because I am a cheerleader, I am inherently weak, dumb, and only know how to smile and wave. But I am strong. Not only am I strong enough to lift other people, but I'm strong enough to lift myself above those sexist comments. The more and more we talked to different girls, we saw a trend. All of us experienced this sexism in different forms in our school environment, the root of it stemming from the separation of mascots. How can we claim unity when we feel the need to make this distinction? The real question, what is the difference between a baron and a lady baron?
To me, the difference between a baron and lady baron is whether or not you're a female.
Baron's a boy, lady baron's a girl, both part of the same school.
I mean, I think it's a girl version of a baron.
Lady baron, girl. I mean, we're all barons.
I personally have never seen a difference or even thought about it really.
For girls' sports, there's definitely a huge difference between girl and boy.
There's a traditional idea that girls' sports are inherently different than boys' sports.
Guys probably think a baron's tougher.
They want to make some form of a way to separate them.
I think a lot of us don't realize that there is a gap between the barons and the lady barons.
The idea that girls have to be separate, pushing me down, making me less. I've noticed a lot at BCC that the girls' teams are kind of ignored.
Why don't people come to my game?
How people show up to the games.
Attendance at games.
No one really goes to the girls' games.
Maya plays basketball and I went to one of her games and there was no one there. But if you go to a boys varsity game, there's a lot of people.
Field hockey doesn't really get much support other than close friends and teammates, but a soccer game, a boys soccer game, would get a lot more.
I play softball and all the boys' games are filled for baseball with student sections, but no one really notices us, no one really talks about us. We made history this year as the furthest we've gone in over 30 years, and we weren't really recognized that much by the school as a whole.
Why aren't I good enough as the guy?
When a teacher needs help with something, don't really turn to the girls, they mostly refer to guys, even female teachers and male teachers.
Teachers saying, I need 4 strong boys to carry this, and it's just kind of annoying because I'm I can do the same thing, but it's fine.
I think that when guys are in a classroom or a club or a competition and they see all guys, they start to think, oh, well, I guess girls just don't want to do it.
I feel like there'll always be some form of a stereotype between girls and boys academically. Historically, guys always took harder classes, and guys are the ones who go into engineering and all these science professions, all these math professions. And as a girl who wants to go into science and math, sometimes I have to work a lot harder to achieve what I believe that I can achieve. And I think sometimes people don't always believe in me as much.
What toys are marketed towards girls, the values that those toys have, like Barbies and makeup and beauty, and they focus on popularity, self-image, being a good domestic figure. What are the toys that boys play with? They play with Legos, blocks, science kits. I think that kind of starts to this mindset that engineering and stuff like that, that's a boy thing, and girls kind of go down a different path.
I feel like we have to be a little more quiet and reserved, and I'm just not like that. I laugh really loud, I'm very outgoing, and I talk loud.
Guys just see girls as these little fragile things that that just doesn't work for anything.
A thing like a dress code, guys wear clothes, girls wear clothes. Girls are the only ones that are restricted from wearing certain clothes. I think it is sexist, and I think that it's better to teach girls to wear what they want and to be allowed to express themselves how they feel instead of censoring ourselves for boys.
I wore a dress to school. It was a green dress. People thought that I wore it for attention or whatever because it gave me a little curve when I just wanted to wear the dress because it was a cute dress. And I felt really bad about myself, and I didn't want to wear the dress again, but I did.
I was walking in the halls and I didn't even know the teacher, but she just said, your stomach is showing, you have to go. She made me go change. So why aren't the guys getting like reprimanded for what they're wearing?
If girls keep seeing an image that it's mostly boys who take physics and they're surrounded by boys in clubs all the time, I think that it's going to deter girls from trying it with their friends.
If this issue like doesn't get solved, I feel like this will just be in everybody's head. Like I feel like girls will no longer think to themselves that they can do the same things that guys do, and the whole future society will just be manipulated by like guys do all the heavy work and women just sit around and do nothing.
If we don't do anything about it, then I think that girls will see themselves as less than, which is not okay.
I think that as girls living in Bethesda, we don't always realize that we're at a disadvantage sometimes, even if it isn't as extreme as it is in other places. We do get put down, we are seen as less, and even if it is in really subconscious ways, it's hard for me to notice these things and not say anything about it. We are more than this sexist difference between two mascots at one school, and I believe that it's important for us to tell everyone and show everyone that a Baron can be anything that we want it to be. A Baron can be a girl, a Baron can be a boy. There doesn't have to be a Baron and a Lady Baron. I think the most important thing for us to do now is to address the problem. You can't let sexism go unnoticed. You can't let people put you down and not say anything about it. You have a voice. Let your voice be heard. Demand your voice be heard. As girls, we are entitled to be a Baron as much as every guy there is at the school. We are strong, we are independent, we are Barons.
I think being a girl is just being strong and beautiful and empowering.
I think being a girl is being genuine and having like that sense of empowerment.
Being powerful. Being fabulous. Woo! To be passionate. Being confident.
Strength. It's powerful. It's working harder to get what you want. Being fearless. Being strong.
It means to be strong, pretty, and just fantastic and ferocious.